Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Today's video is going to be all about big books and why I don't read them, and then I'm going to show you some books that are massive that I really want to read. I tend to read books, my longest book's probably about 300 pages. I read around that page mark and then I'm done. If it goes on longer than 300 pages, I often feel, did we need this many pages? A lot of books I feel could be shorter, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't like too much waffling. I like world building. I like to get to know the characters, feel like I'm there, but I don't like unnecessary tangents that don't really lead anywhere to the plot. That's why I tend not to read big books. But at the beginning of this year, for some God only knows why reason, for my book club that I run here, Tay Book Club, I got us to read this, The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. Over 500 pages of French classic literature. And I actually enjoyed this. I felt that there was a lot of waffle, there was a lot, it's really about Parisian architecture as opposed to a storyline with a set of characters. Victor Hugo wanted to talk about changing Paris, but I did really enjoy this, and I feel like this has boosted my confidence to be like, girl, you can do it. You can read a book as big as this, you can go for it. So I'm just gonna go straight into the books that I really want to read. I feel like scared talking about them. I feel like I'm gonna talk myself out of them. So if you've read any of these books, please put down below, like, you need to read this book, Hannah, you're gonna like it. Please promote these books for me. So first up is a book that was actually suggested by a subscriber, and this is The Old Curiosity Shop by Charles Dickens. I, on this channel, had read Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, and I was going off. I was like, I love it, it's fantastic, it's amazing. And it was quite a few people said, next you should read The Old Curiosity Shop. And I, for some odd reason, thought I knew better than you, which I clearly don't. And I thought, I'll go and read Oliver Twist, because I've seen the film, like, it's got to be similar. I'll just go and read. Oh, what a bad decision. I don't mind Oliver Twist, I haven't finished it yet, but it's like a series of short stories and it goes off in different tangents, and Charles Dickens' work was serialised, but I feel like Great Expectations is just such a perfect book. It just, yeah, I'm sorry Oliver, I'm sorry about that. So I'm actually going to read this one next. I'm going to stop reading Oliver and I'm going to read this because you guys seem to really hype about it. So that's why I got that book. I then have dun, dun, Lord of the Rings by Tolkien. This is all three books rolled into one. Now the reason I'm reading it like this and not reading it book by book is because I don't like series. I don't care. I'll be perfectly honest. I can't read a series. If I've read like over 300 pages with one set of characters, why would I want to read another 300 pages? And then you've got to wait a year till that book comes out and pre-order. I don't understand how people read series. I really don't get it. Couldn't have the author just rolled all those books into one? I don't know. So that's why I'm going to read this all in one. Can I just say though, this is a danger zone. When the paper is like Bible paper, it's that thin, that's when you know you're onto like a hunker. You're onto a huge one here. Oh my god, the page count is in the thousands because it's three books rolled into one. 1,070 odd pages I've got to read here. I was going to do this for maybe my book club pick. I was going to be like, oh, well, we'll take out 2 months and we'll read this together. And then I just thought, Hannah, please don't inflict the people like that. You already did it with The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Let's not have a rerun. So I'm just going to read this privately by myself as a private citizen of reading. That sounded so weird. Anyway, next up I have a cult classic, Valley of the Dolls by Jacqueline Susann. And this is about a group of women who want to be famous, they want to get into Hollywood, and then they start taking loads of pills. And that's what this book is about. It doesn't sound that interesting a storyline to me, and it's over 400 pages, and so I don't really have the spark or passion to read it. So if you've read it, tell me if I should read that or not. Next up, I was so excited for this one. This is White Teeth by Zadie Smith, and it's about a man who's in his 40s, he's just got divorced, and he attempts suicide, but he doesn't end up killing himself, and then he decides he's going to kind of live his life and have like a reinvention of his own life. It's really long, like really long. This is over 500 pages, and I just don't know if I'm that infused by the storyline to carry on for over 500 pages. Tell me if you've read it. I then have one that I bought when everyone was hyping about it, but now the hype's kind of died down about it, so I'm not sure what people feel about it. This is The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and this is a group of university students. That's all it says. It's about like a group of university students. And so for over, this is again like over 600 pages, over 600 pages about a group of university students. Can anyone give me more information than that? Like, that's a lot of time to spend. So just like that. Next up, I have one that I'm a little bit like ashamed of. Not ashamed that I haven't read it, just like ashamed that I don't know anything about it. I just got it because it had a pretty cover. The cover seduced me. Oh, look at that gorgeous cover. But can I just say, this is like the Penguin cloth bound editions, which they aren't anything. Let me say, I was seduced when these first came out, and I got this, and it's just a gorgeous, oh, lovely cover. I don't know what this book's about, let me say. I don't know, tell me if it's good, tell me if I should read it. I know it's classic literature, I know it was serialised as well. I think these covers are really rubbish because they peel off. So they have a sticker on the back with a barcode, and as you can see, like, it's peeled off part of her face, and when you touch these books it rubs off the pattern on them. Don't get seduced by this, don't. This is a playboy of a person. If this book was a person, it'd be someone who runs around, takes your heart and then leaves. Like, these kind of books, they're gonna stay with you. Maybe they're not as pretty, you know, they're paperbacks. They haven't got as long a lifespan, but we're all going to die one day. Whereas with these, they seduce you, take your heart, and then they're on to the next. So I just wanted to say, don't like these covers. But tell me if I should read Middlemarch. And that's it. This is the end of this video. Tell me if you've read any of these books. Please, like, cheerleader the books to get me to read them. Hopefully I'll read them by the end of this year, but probably not. Anyway, that's it. And I will see you again soon for another video.